Hello, my name is Isaac Swindle. I'm a professional software developer in Microsoft Technologies, and I have decided, and I've had an interest for a while now, of sharing what I've learned about C Sharp, of helping developers and those interested in software development pull themselves up by the bootstraps and become competent, self-sufficient developers at a very rapid pace. So this is the first of a series of videos that will start at ground zero. It will start at the basics. What is an IDE? What does that even mean? And it will use the C# language to teach you programming. And we will work from the very basic syntax, the most basic statements that you would use in the C# language. And we're actually going to progress all the way through to some very advanced topics such that you can take what you learn in this series of videos, learn how to navigate the .NET framework and how to navigate Microsoft Technologies and C# specifically, and actually create code that can do anything you want it to do. So, what we need first is our technological piece of paper and pen, and that will be our IDE. We're going to be using Visual Studio 2015. And through a quick search on Google Chrome, you'll see it's one of the top links. Just click the downloads. You'll see here www.visualstudio.com/downloads. Go to that link, and you'll see here we have multiple versions. Visual Studio has been the de facto standard of creating Microsoft solutions for years now, and it's been a very expensive product, but it is a magnificent IDE, and it is fully featured with many wonderful features that assist you as a developer and guide you along. If you'll see here, we have multiple versions that we could download. We're going to be focusing on the Studio Community version. All you have to do is click free download. The download process should begin. And all you need to do is run the executable and you'll be ready to go. A couple of quick tips. You will want to close any Microsoft products that you have running on your machine at the time. So Outlook, Word, Excel, any of the Microsoft Office products, SQL Server. If you have any of those open, I would suggest you close them because they have dependencies with Visual Studio and you may have difficulty installing it. But assuming you have a Windows machine, assuming you have downloaded the executable, and assuming Microsoft applications are closed, you shouldn't have any issue in running and installing this program. So it will begin downloading. It's a fairly large product. It's going to take up some space, and it actually has a large memory footprint when you run it. But it should be a fairly simple process. See, do you want to run this file? Yes, I would like to run it. You should see a similar box. Some things running in the background, initializing setup. Now I actually already have this installed on my computer, so I won't be able to walk you through the entire process, but you should be seeing a similar interface and some similar options. Now from here, once all this process is ran, and it's going to say that we have detected a version of Visual Studio on your computer, so we'll X out of that. And I will open what you'll see once that magnificent IDE installs. This is what you should see. Just a start page and the first page that you'll see when working in Microsoft Visual Studio. You can actually change the settings to where this page doesn't show, and you can toggle whether you see it or not. And change some of those settings so that it doesn't show. But I actually like the start page because I work in several directories on several different products where I'm currently employed. And this recent stack right here of links will actually open the solutions and the projects that you've been working on recently. So it's actually is a little tip that's very useful for me on a daily basis with my workflow. So if you've gotten here, you're ready to go. We can hit the ground running. If you have any issues or errors, MSDN is a wonderful site. They're a wealth of troubleshooting articles. Stack Overflow is also another wonderful tool and community to help troubleshoot even very specific issues. But this should be a fairly pain-free process. In the next video, we're going to hit the ground running and we're going to start our first solution, and I'm going to introduce you to the interface of Visual Studio, and we'll start programming.